Okay, let's continue. The example is still here. So we talk about food stamp, why the government wants to restrict people's choices because they want to make sure that they are fed with food. Okay, they won't feel hungry. And so we have some extension. The extension is we call airlines. Okay, airlines, hotel, or even 7-Eleven, the convenience store. Okay, so as I say, if you compete with other company on price, if you compete on price, you are in trouble, right? Because you always have to cut price to entice customer to buy your products, to take your airline, to take your hotel, right? To take your goods, to buy at your store. So actually, this is an example that companies, airlines, hotels, convenience store, want to keep you as a customer. So what's that called? That's called brand loyalty. Okay? I'm not sure, about your consumption pattern. So, Zheng Yilin, where did you buy your drinks? A convenience store? Which one would you prefer? 7. Not 全家, not 莱尔富. Why? Okay. 吴东彦, 我那个页. 张志伟, for convenience store, which one do you prefer? Why? The same thing? So, 苏玉主, have you traveled overseas?
Yeah.
Yes. So, which airline did you choose?
That's not it. It's Changrong.
Evergreen.
Yeah.
Sorry, she called EVA. Okay. So, why?
I don't know. It's not my choice.
It's not your choice. Okay. For those of you, if you have the chance to travel overseas, you really want to care about the airline you choose. Okay? But sometimes people care more about price. They care more about price. But airlines have something else to keep you choosing them. What's that? Mileage. What's airline mileage? Every time you fly, you get miles. Okay, every time you fly, you get miles. But you fill out with a tourist group, okay, because the price has great discount, so you don't get any miles. Okay, if you travel with a tourist group, generally you don't get any miles out of it because for tourist group there's already a great discount. And so if you fly on your own, you really need to care about this. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, so for example, the budget line looks like this. If the company gives you miles, okay, the miles can be used to upgrade or exchange for free ticket. Okay, that's the beauty of the miles. Okay, but suppose the company can do some other things. They cut the price. Okay, they can cut the price. But every time consumer care about price, and every time you have to cut price to get customers, you're in trouble because your profit going to go down, right? Okay? So because of that, they have mileage. And is mileage good or bad? Depends. Okay? If you want to take airlines, you are advised to take American Airlines. Okay? Because there are several good ones. One is United. Okay? And the other one is called Delta or AA. Okay? when I was in US for overseas study from 1993, and when I got back in Taiwan, that's 2000, I always choose United. And I get hundreds of thousands of miles. So what happened? I exchanged it for a what's that called, business class, and that's really good. Okay, so why I would continue to choose United? Because it gives me miles. Okay, and so if you have, let us say, 10,000 miles, 20,000 miles, is it enough for a ticket? No, it's not. So what happened? You have to continue to fly United to get as many miles as you like, and then you can use it to get a free ticket. Okay? So that's the same thing here, because you get food stamp to buy food, right? Okay? And here you get mileage. But what do you get? The airlines get a brand loyalty. You will continue to be loyal to United. You will always choose it because you want to get, what do you want to get? You want to get a upgrade, okay? Or you want to get a free ticket. So the same thing here. I'm kind of surprised. Many of you choose 7-Eleven just because there are so many of it. Don't you know that? When you purchase over $40, you get a tiny sticker, right? And what's that for? You can use it to exchange for some drinks or candies, right? It sounds like you don't care about it. Anyway, so 7-Eleven has it, right? Chenja also has it, and Lai Er Fu the same thing. So if you accumulate points, you can get free goods or discount candies, a lot of things. That's the same thing with Quanlian. But Quanlian is the worst example I would have because of what? For 7-Eleven, Quanjia, and Lai Er Fu, you used to be able to get free things, right? But for Quanlian, you get a lot of stickers, okay? But what happened? You have to use it for discount to buy something. You have to pay cash, okay? So, but why people go to Quanlian instead of Dinghao? What's the other? I can't quite remember. They are small grocery store, okay? Grocery store there. The same thing with hotel, right? If you're gonna stay in hotel, of course you check hotels.com, right? The commercial, the message to you is that we offer the lowest price, okay? So every time you wanna travel, you wanna stay in a hotel, you try to get a good price out of it. So if that is the case, all hotels will be in trouble. So the same thing, hotels have programs. I joined a program, what's that? I can't quite remember. Anyway, it's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite say the name. Oh, Hilton. And there's something else like Wyndham and also Hyatt. They also have this kind of loyalty program. And basically what happens there is that if you stay 10 nights, you get 1 night free. Okay, if you stay 10 nights, you get 1 night free. So what happened? If you stay there for 3 nights, okay, you figure that, just 7 more nights I can get 1 night free. What you gonna do? You're gonna continue to use Hilton or Wyndham, whatever. Or actually, the hotel can offer you 10% discount, right? You stay 10 nights, get 1 night free. That's the same thing as 10% discount. But if you give people 10% discount, what would you do next time? Next time you're gonna ask for another 10% discount, right? So instead of competing with price, so many companies, airlines, hotels, convenience stores offer you what? Offer you points. You accumulate points to exchange for free stay, for free ticket, and for free goods, okay? So basically, even though with the analysis of consumer behaviors, you know that this is not good to consumers, but they are good to the companies, okay? And next week will be Christmas. Next week will be Thanksgiving, a very big holiday for American people. And then there will be Christmas. What happened in Christmas? So, 郑红喜, what happened in New Year? What do people do in Lunar New Year? You are still a kid, right? So I believe you can get it. So when in New Year's Eve, what do you get from your parents? No idea. 李玉祥. So and New Year's Eve, I mean I'm referring to Lunar New Year. So what would you get from your parents? It's a puzzle. 钟国昌. And New Year's Eve, Lunar New Year's Eve, what do you get from your parents? 2 words.
2 words.
The first one is on color. It's about color.
Red.
Yes, red.
Red.
So what's that you get? You can answer in Mandarin or Taiwanese.
红包.
Yes. Is that good? But for Christmas, what do people get in the US? They get gifts. That's the reason that the consumers market in the US is in trouble, a very big trouble. Why? Because a lot of ships, container cargoes, they are stuck outside the port. They cannot get into the market. In Taiwan, there's no such kind of concern because people give out what? Cash. And so that's the same thing. If you give people gifts, right? You get gifts, but you cannot sell it, right? So what happened? Your satisfaction is not as great as you would have. So Taiwanese are more convenient. So either for wedding, right? For births, okay, for birthdays, whatever, people give cash, red envelope. So that is the way to enhance your benefits. Okay, but why? Why people give gifts? Why people give gifts? Wang Xiuhui. Why people give gifts? American people. Taiwanese give cash, right? American people give gifts. Why?
圣诞老人.
Could be. So, because Taiwan is in tropical region, right? So we don't have that. They have a fireplace and with socks, right? And then the rumor is that Santa Claus is going to drop from the chimney and put the gifts in the socks. But anyway, Taiwanese are more efficient. So, guess which time the department store is filled with more people? Before Christmas or after Christmas? No, I mean, okay, because people buy gifts, right? And so, in the US, which time is it busier for department store? Before Christmas or after Christmas? Before Christmas? That's your answer? 曾子帅. Which time is busier for department store? Before Christmas or after Christmas?
Before Christmas.
Really? Wang Jingyu, which time is busier for department store?
Before, because about the Black Friday.
Okay, so next week, next Friday, okay, the Friday of next week, that's Black Friday. The shopping season starts. But you haven't quite answered my question. Zheng Yihan, which time is busier for department store? Before Christmas or after Christmas? Most of you say before Christmas. It makes sense, right? People want to buy gifts. Okay? Zheng Yihan, your answer. Before? Actually, it's after. Why? People don't like the gifts. They want to exchange it. Anyway. Got it? When I was in US, a friend He called me and said, "Hey, Young, you are so nice. I want to give you a gift." And I said, "No, I need money." But I said no, because money is a little bit. Let me put it this way. This is probably your new vulgar. What's vulgar?
我听见。
林云祥 vulgar. Check your dictionary. What's vulgar? Check your handset. What's vulgar? 邱冠名 What's vulgar?
哦。
Right? So it's so interesting because US is a capitalist society, right? So they care more about money than us. But they say if you give people money, that's nonsense. But now, there's one thing that's very popular in the US. That's gift certificate. So gift certificate can be from department store, from Amazon, from a lot of the store. It's a card, basically just like a credit card. But let's say it's $100 or $200. You spend it with the card and spend it all. So that is much better than giving you airline mileage, right? Hotels, stay nice, and convenience store points. Okay? Questions? Okay, we are now going to discuss supply of labor. So basically for you, if you want to consume, right, you just ask your parents, I need money, then they give you money, right? But let us assume you have to work, okay? You have to work to get paid. And so then we have L, okay, what is L? L is leisure. L is leisure, okay? So if you want to get paid, you have to work, then you have to sacrifice your leisure time, okay? And so let's assume the wage rate is W, okay? This is the way you get paid, okay? And you're going to consume. So C, okay, is the amount of consumption you have, and the price is P, okay? So this is the consumption you pay, okay? So this is your expenditure, okay? This is your expenditure. Then you have to earn to consume, okay? So this is the amount of money you get per hour. And so how many hours do we have? 24, okay? So 24 hours and minus your leisure. So last time we talked briefly about this, right? So wage rate goes up. It has two effects. The same thing, just like interest rate. You have substitution effect and income effect. Okay? So if wage rate goes up, generally, what would you going to do? You're going to work more. Okay? Because substitution effect is always negative. Because wage rate goes up, leisure, the price of leisure goes up. So you're going to take rest much less and work a little bit more. But then you have income effect. If wage rate goes up, what does that mean? That means you make more money, right? You make more money. And so in this case, you make more money, you become wealthier. But of course, next year, January 1st, the hourly rate for your labor will be $168 rather than $160. So $8 more, right? If you get paid for $8 more, what would you do? I believe probably everyone gonna work more, right? But suppose you get $168,000, what would you do? You're probably gonna take more rest, right? Take more days off. Okay, so basically the same thing, you have substitution effect and income effect. Okay, so now let's rearrange this budget line here. So PC, Sorry, so PC is equal to negative W times L plus 24W. Okay? So C is equal to negative W over P times L plus 24W. And now we're going to turn this budget line into a curve. So what are we going to get? So you have, so we are now at chapter 5. Okay, we are now at chapter 5. So leisure is here, okay, and here is the consumption you have, okay? So, can anyone tell me what's the point here? Sorry. Hong Kai-xuan. Sorry, Hong Kai-xuan. What is here? What is here? Lin Yuyang, what would be here? What would be here? So at the horizontal axis, okay, at horizontal axis, sorry, you know, C is 0, right? C is 0. So if C is 0, there's nothing here. So what would be L there?
24.
24. Okay, good. But you know, this budget line is a little bit special. Okay, so generally the same thing. So first of all, W is what we call wage rate. This is called nominal wage rate. Okay, nominal wage rate. And W over P, that's real wage rate. So actually, real wage rate matters to us more. So for example, if you get raise in wage, but also price goes up, what happens? Inflation gonna eat your money, right? So the most important thing to you is W over P, that's called real wage rate. How many goods you can buy with your money, okay? And this is nominal wage rate. So wage rate can go up or down, right? When wage rate goes up, this one will be steeper, okay? Wage rate goes down, it will be flatter. Okay, but now the question is, suppose you have income goes up, okay? Your income goes up. What happened to this line? In the past, when we say you consume X or Y, okay, then if the income goes up, this budget line parallel shifts out, right? And for C1, C2 intertemporal choices, that is the same thing. Either you increase in the first period income Y1 or Y2 or Y1 and Y2, the budget line gonna parallel shift out, okay? But what about here? If your income goes up, what happened? Remember, the most you can have in one day is 24 hours, right? Will this shift out parallelly? No, okay? But then, what will you do? How to show that? So if the income goes up, what happens is that, okay, sorry, a little bit. Your income goes up, or your wealth goes up, okay? You will consume more, that's for sure. But can you have 26 hours, 25 hours? No. So it will be still 24 hours. So this is one special feature for this case here, okay? Questions? Okay, then we're gonna show how a person gonna choose the time of leisure you have and how much you're going to consume. Okay, the same thing we have leisure, and this is consumption, okay, and here is 24. Okay, so we have a difference curve. Okay, and this is the choice we have. So this guy choose this amount of labor. Okay, this is the amount of labor he chooses, and this is amount of consumption he chooses. Okay, so how many hours does he work? So this is amount of leisure, and this is amount of work. So it is 24 minus L stop. Okay, a little bit different from the one we have, because if you choose C1, right, that's your consumption, right? But here, or if it is XY, okay, you choose there, that's your consumption. But here, you choose your leisure, okay? You choose your leisure, and your work is that 24 minus the amount of leisure you choose. Okay, questions? Okay, then there's one very special topic we're gonna have is called overtime pay. Overtime pay. Okay, Wu-Pei, what's overtime pay? Yes, exactly. So do you know that? I mean, how much is that? So let us say your wage rate is 160 per hour. Okay, now when you work overtime, how much would that be? If 160 is your hourly wage rate, and if you work overtime, how much you get out of it? It is 1.5 times that. And so if you work 8 hours, right? For 8 hours, I mean, I'm not quite sure about Taiwan, but this for sure in US, okay? I stay in US, and I know that quite well. So if you work 8 hours, it will be 8 hours times 160, okay? But then, suppose you need to work overtime, okay? And so that means you work 9 hours and 10 hours. It will be 1.5 times 160, okay? But suppose the company needs to get more labor out of you, so then you work 11 and 12 hours, so what you get? You get 2 times of that. So it's 2 times 160, okay? So what does that mean? Suppose you work 2 hours, okay? You will get 2 more, right? And here you get 9 and 10, okay? But sometimes, okay, people care more about their leisure, okay, especially during holidays. So for example, probably around this time, the post office in the US will be very busy, very, very busy. Even for Amazon, they have to recruit more workers to deal with the packages. And so sometimes they have to work more hours. But sometimes people reject it. Why? You want to stay with your family, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, where are you going to go? You're going to stay with your parents. But when I was young, I worked at 7-Eleven. But because, the timing doesn't work out, or otherwise I will always work at New Year's Eve. Why? Because, I never done that, so I'm not quite sure, but people told me that, usually during the Lunar New Year's Eve, okay, company will give you $500 cash as your red envelope. Is it good? Of course. But anyway. Okay, then we are going to discuss this issue, overtime pay. Okay, so let us say at this point, you choose 16 hours of leisure. So what does that mean? That means you work 8 hours, okay? And now, suppose the company needs you to work more, okay? So, but of course you want to get overtime pay. If you want to get overtime pay, remember you have to work 8 hours, right? Can you tell the boss, I want to work these 2 hours, not the A1? Forget about it, right? Okay, so to get overtime pay, you have to work at least 8 hours. Okay, and then they say, remember that when you have overtime pay, that means the wage rate goes up, right? So when